to make money while you sleep, but it's a good idea not to sleep during while you're learning to make it, okay? Otherwise, I can't guarantee it's going to work. So you're about to learn some strategies which has freed many Australians from working, some within a matter of weeks, a matter of months, certainly within a year or two. There's no reason a person in this room could not be replacing their income within inside the next 24 months, would be my belief. Many within 12, many within 3 or 4 months. Is that worth staying awake for? Okay. Some people say, Jamie, I've got to go to a job tomorrow. You know, these seminars run so damn late all the time. I'm sort of like thinking, well, if you learn this stuff, you won't have to go to a job tomorrow. Okay? Different mindset, different way of thinking. On this side of the page, put Simon's name. I'm going to explain to you what Simon does in his strategy, because we're going to do the opposite of that. And what we're going to do is just put my name up here. We're going to rent some shares, and let's explain how we do that. To do what I do, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to buy some shares. You've probably figured that by now. You'll have to buy some shares. Many of you in the room already own some shares, or you might be able to use your parents' shares, or whatever. You're going to have at least 1,000 shares. At least 1,000 shares. Ideally, you're going to do this strategy with blue chip companies. Blue chip, if you're not aware of that, you know, the big companies that make billions of dollars of profit are likely to stick around for more than 30 days. Okay? They're likely to stick around for many years. So then we've got to decide which shares, what price we're going to buy them at. That's why number one strategy is important. You're going to buy them at a low price. Okay? You can look in the paper and see how high it's been up to in the last 12 months, how low it's been down to. That will give you 30 seconds of research, will save you a lot of money. You buy them at a low price. We're going to buy XYZ share at $16. Is that fair enough? That's going to cost us how much? $16. It's going to cost us a total of $16,000. So that's all right, Jamie, I don't have $16,000. Go back a few pages to the 8 steps to get started. How can you come up with $16,000? 1, you can borrow that money, okay, if you have to. You need a deposit, and you can get what's called a margin loan. Margin loan is a form of finance for shares, okay? Just like a property loan is a loan for borrowing property, a margin loan should be called a share loan, shouldn't it? To keep it simple. So $16,000. What we can do with shares generally to make income is you get a dividend, is that right? So you can get a dividend. In this strategy, you still get dividends. It's a bonus. You can still, generally you buy shares to sell them at a profit or make capital growth. Good thing with this strategy, you can still make capital growth. Okay? But the main thing we're doing this for is cash flow. And the cash flow is what we're going to get from renting our shares. Okay? Who's going to pay us rent for our shares? I mean, who would want our shares anyhow? Well, Simon does. Okay? And not just Simon, but thousands of Simons. Okay? Hundreds of thousands of Simons. And not only Simons, but big managed funds. Okay? Big companies that need to buy shares. But they don't necessarily want to buy them. They're interested in renting them for different reasons. Let me explain to you why Simon would want to pay us rent. You don't need to know what Simon does, but just in case you want to help you understand it. Simon is willing to place a bet. Basically is what he's doing. He has a belief that it's now May, say, and he believes this share price at $16 may go up to $17, say. Jot those figures down. Make sure you get all these figures. You don't have to understand this the first go around. Okay? It goes up to $17 by the end of May. So that's what he thinks is going to happen to this share price. Therefore, he's willing to rent our shares because if he rents our shares and they go up in value, he's going to make a profit. How he makes that profit is he would have to pay, in this example, say 44 cents in rent. 44 cents he would have to pay across here to us. And we ran out 1,000 shares because that's the minimum you can do it with. You would get 1,000 times 44 cents. We would get paid into our bank account $440. So you around with me? I'll show you in a moment how to make a lot more than that. That's paid in our bank account. That's paid, monthly if you do it monthly. So it's like a monthly rental contract. He's paying us 44 cents. What he has in his advantage, if the share price goes up, the value of this rental goes up. Okay? It may go up and be now worth 88 cents. Now some people say, why would it go up? Jot down the answer. Who cares? Doesn't matter. All we need to know is we get paid money, okay? You happy with that? You get paid. You know, what Simon does is his problem, okay? And Simon knows what he's doing as well. You know, this is the one strategy. If you like to have a win-win strategy, one of the few strategies in the share market where you can win and someone else can win. Because usually the share market is win-lose. So it goes up. So Simon could make money easily. He's paid 44 cents for something he can now sell for 88 cents to someone else. You see that? He's made a profit. He's happy. Doesn't affect us. We've been paid our 44 cents up front. We've got that. What happens over there doesn't affect us. 3 things can happen. You need to be aware of this. 1, the share price for may stay around $16. So XYZ company stays about $16. What happens is you keep the $440, and guess what you do the very next month? You re-rent them. Just like if you have a property and you have a holiday tenant in there for a month, once their 4 weeks holiday is up, they leave and you put it up for rent again. Same thing with shares, same thing you're going to do. You're going to re-rent them, you make that money again, sometimes maybe more. That's one thing that can happen. The second thing that can happen, you must be aware of this. Number 2 is the share price could go up. Okay? And if the share price, let's say it went up to $17 or above before the end of May, before the end of this month. Okay? You've got to understand, in this rental contract, Simon has a clause, and that clause states that if it goes above this predetermined price which you agreed to before the month is out, then he has the right to buy our shares off us. Can you believe that? He has the right to buy it off us, and that can happen. So beware. Let's see what would happen if that happened. He could buy our shares off us if it went above that price before May ran out. He would have to pay the predetermined price, which is $17 for our shares. We bought them at what price? So we've had them sold at 17. Is that a good thing, yes or no? Because you've just made $1 per share profit. So put down in your bank account, here's your little bank account, add another $1,000, thank you very much. Okay? But wait, there's more. You not only get your $1,000 from the selling the shares, you still get to keep your rental as well. So you add them both together and you get both in your bank account.